Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And welcome to all of you who are listening to this via a podcast, either on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Castbox, or any of the other places that podcasts call home. Welcome aboard. Today we are continuing in this pretty much dry pattern. However, there are exceptions. I was a little bit surprised. A few places are seeing a little bit of rain that snuck in from overnight, and we'll show you that in a moment. But it's going to be another day with highs in the 70s. It's also going to be a day where clouds are going to hold temperatures down a bit. And this is because we still have technically the remnants of Tropical Storm Beta just taking their sweet time moving off the mid-Atlantic coast, but they will move off the mid-Atlantic coast. That's the point, and we should just go back to what we've been having, which is some sunshine and temperatures that are now going to try to push up to the upper 70s and low 80s over the next couple of days. But these are our highs for today, mostly in the 70s. Let's take a look at some satellite views. We're going to start first with the U.S. View, and you can see here in the east we have some clouds. We're coming into sunrise now. The brighter white cloud tops and the enhanced cloud tops have moved off the North Carolina coast, but you'll notice that there are some in southeastern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey, and also down into Delaware. Interestingly enough, take a look east of Florida. There's a swirl there, some kind of very weak low, but not expected to become any kind of tropical depression or a tropical storm. That, thankfully, remains fairly quiet, and we don't expect any tropical storm formation over the next 5 days. Meanwhile, we'll head out to the west, and you'll see clouds across the northern plains and Great Lakes, and going back into the Pacific Northwest. That is the northern part of that very active jet stream that remains that way, and it remains busy. And we're going to see that take action next week as we shift the pattern around and get weather systems to start moving along. Here's one of my favorite satellite views, which is the view from Canada. And you can take a look at what's going on north of the U.S. border, where we have several busy systems, one now moving into out of Ontario and into Quebec province, and eventually into Labrador, and that's got some rain with it. Nova Scotia, Newfoundland starting out the day on the dry side with just some patchy clouds. And again, you see that stream coming in from the Pacific into Western Canada with weather system after weather system. And here's the view from the Pacific Ocean and the west coast of the United States. One of the things that's happened, by the way, over the last number of days is that the amount of smoke in the air from the wildfires has diminished somewhat, and that's because of the rain that has been coming in to the Pacific Northwest. Now, here's what I've been talking about with respect to our area, from mainly from eastern Pennsylvania into southern New England. Little batch of showers and a couple of heavier downpours from overnight have pushed up into northern Delaware and southeastern Pennsylvania, and even a couple of showers, stray showers, a little bit further north than that. They should disappear during the morning hours, and the area will continue to just shift to the east. It's not a solid area of rain that runs down to the Delmarva Peninsula and off the North Carolina coast, but it is what's left of Tropical Storm Beta. In the meantime, across the rest of the country during the overnight hours anyway, not too much happening as far as showers and thunderstorms concerned across the Gulf states. Pretty quiet there. A little bit of patchy precip throughout parts of the northern plains into the western Great Lakes, but we do mean patchy. And for now, a little quiet time in the Pacific Northwest, but more rain headed there later today, with the last of a series of disturbances that have been moving through the Northwest. So another quarter of an inch to as much as an inch of rain in some places there. The focus of attention over the next 7 days in terms of rainfall will finally be in the east, which has gotten abnormally dry in the northeast and New England. So the Weather Prediction Center looking for anywhere from an inch to maybe 2 or even 3 inches of rain possible from Maine down into North Carolina. So they don't need the rain so much in Virginia and North Carolina, obviously, but We certainly do need it now in portions of the northern mid-Atlantic to southern New England, because it's been pretty much rain-free for the last 2.5 weeks, and in some places far longer than that. Our weather being driven by high pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast, no changes there, no weather fronts approaching, just a rather bland looking scenario, what I often refer to as a dirty high, no new air mass arriving until later next week. And when we check the upper air, we're going to see changes as troughing is going to drop into the eastern part of the United States during early next week. The first one comes in Monday and Tuesday and dives down into the Ohio Valley. That's going to push a cold front here later in the day, Tuesday and Tuesday night. And we're going to see showers, maybe some heavy rains with that as the trough rotates. And notice, by the way, it doesn't pivot eastward. The weather system pivots northeastward, and then another trough drops in later next week, and that continues, and yet another one after that when we get into Monday, October 5th, before it finally pulls out. And then we have more energy in the northern part of the jet stream. And the GFS, by the way, at this point is waking up a system in the tropics. We'll see about that. That's way out in the long range, so I'm not really going to be too concerned about it at this point. But just a look at the surface maps here. No issues, obviously, for the rest of the weekend once we get rid of that little patchy rain. And a little moisture sneaks in Sunday night, Monday morning in some places. You've got some scattered showers on Monday, and then more numerous showers come in on Tuesday with that cold front. Tuesday night into Wednesday, maybe some heavy rains up into the northern mid-Atlantic to southern New England. That front goes by, another trough with a chance for some showers here along about Friday with another cold front, and then high pressure coming in behind it, and yet another cold front coming in for late next weekend and early next week, kind of a fast-moving weather pattern. And I'll leave you with the total accumulated precip that is expected here in the east, and we'll give you a close-up view of the northeast. And you'll see here that, at least from the standpoint of the GFS model, with regards to what's happening for later Monday and Tuesday, looking at 1 inch, 1 to 2, and possibly a little stripe of 2 to 3 inches through upstate New York and in western New England. Every drop of this rain is going to be important because of the fact that it has been so bone dry. And also, as far as high temperatures are concerned for the rest of the weekend, we're looking at temperatures in the 70s to a few spots close to 80 on Sunday. Maybe we'll get a little bit more sun on Sunday than today. Monday, the same, 70s to near 80. Tuesday will be mostly in the 70s with those showers and possible storms coming through. And then after Tuesday, we're going to cool down, upper 60s to around 70 on Wednesday, and mostly in the 60s to maybe close to 70 next Thursday. So weather in 5 sometimes runs a little bit longer, so it turns out to be weather in 8 today. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. The Joe and Joe Weather Show will be back Sunday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, so be sure to tune in. And, of course, this show, Weather in 5, and the Joe and Joe Weather Show are available as podcasts. So go to your favorite podcast place, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any one of a host of others, and this way you can listen to our show anytime, anywhere. See you later, everybody. Have a great day.